and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing.
Lisa, Shlam alach, dachi vat, spei vim, merci. No, I am not speaking Dothraki, you Game of Thrones watchers. I am speaking Syriac, an ancient cognate language from which Hebrew sprang. I speak these words to Rabbi Eiduson this evening because when she first arrived in Boston with Rabbi Joe Eiduson, a rumor went out. Rabbi Eiduson in rabbinic school had studied Syriac. Now, you might wonder, well, yeah, so what? Well, representing most rabbis in rabbinic school, we had no idea what the heck Syriac was, and as long as we were going to get tested on it, it was okay by us that the Bible scholars that taught us would say, and this word is from the Katul, Kittul, Kutul grammatic case. Its origins are in Ugaritic Gapu and Syriac Gapi. And we would say whatever it is, as long as I have to remember it. And yet, there was amongst us, impossibly, a Jew. Now, there were non-Jews in the HUC who were studying for various degrees. They took Syriac. We just wanted to learn how to be pulpit rabbis and get on with it. Someone told us that Rabbi Lisa Eiduson studied Syriac. The word was rampant on the streets, and I was thrilled to find out that it was not simply rumor, but it was absolutely true. And who did we know this from? Rabbi Elaine Zecker at Temple Israel, who, ladies and gentlemen, knows something about all of us. This is a woman with a dossier so dense, so thick. In a past life, she was working for a number of Secret Service organizations in third world countries, I have no doubt. But that's another issue. She sent me, and I have the copy of the email. Elaine Zecker sent me an email. Elaine is a very soft-spoken woman. She wrote, quote, "Hi Keith, you would be crazy and stupid if you didn't interview Lisa Eiduson for your educator position." And I wrote back, "Why?" She said, "She studied Syriac." I said, "Oh my God, I have got to," I never knew a Jewish person that ever took that language. And so our first meeting was at Johnny's. Johnny's, which next to the Western Wall in Jerusalem is one of the holiest sites of world Jewry. We sat there looking at each other, wondering, what would we order? Would we go conservative and quaint, or would we really dig into Delhi? Not surprisingly, we dug into Delhi, and we had a swell time talking about all kinds of things. And it occurred to me in our first conversation that Rabbi Lisa Eiduson possessed some remarkable talents from the very first conversation. She was really smart. You know, she studied Syriac. She was smart. She was strategic. She listened really well. She had a great smile, a real smile. And the best thing about all that is that she loved to laugh. She wasn't afraid to laugh. When Rabbi Lisa Eiduson laughs, even if she tried to hide it behind her hand, it would be an impossibility. She laughs with all of her, and it is rich and robust and wonderful. And if you're telling her a joke, you think you are ready for the comedy store. And if you're telling her a story, you think, I'm going to have to tell somebody else this story. And if you're not sure that you do the right thing or not, when she laughs, you know you are right on. You are there. I thought I'm sure that the remark about poker in one of the many songs that we heard at the beginning of the service, great music, Deb, I love it. I can't wait for Lisa's 20th. I can't even imagine how many songs left. Anyway, when they said something about playing poker, like, you would be the worst poker player in the world. You would flush at your tell as you would sweat. You would flush. You couldn't do it. Because one of the most important things about Rabbi Eiduson is she is all in. She is the end of the song of the Hokey Pokey. Her whole self, she is in. She doesn't start with her hand and her foot and her, she's like, put your whole self in, and she's there. Which makes her an extraordinary person to work with. She doesn't demand much of anybody. Now, Carly, Rosie, I'm not sure if that's true at home, but I know around here she demands very little. But the rest of the staff, when we see what Rabbi Eiduson is doing, like, geez, okay, I guess we better go back and do that too. Because she doesn't stop until it's done and then some. It's true that Rabbi Eiduson's rabbinate at Temple Beth Avodah began focused on putting a broken education system back together again. No easy task that. But from that place, it has continued to extend into every aspect of rabbinic life in our community. She has been with you at graveside. She has been with you naming a baby. She has been with you reading songs. From cradle to grave, she has been and continues to be present in our lives. Rabbi Eiduson's gentleness, her laughter, her intelligence, all of those make her a formidable rabbi. I would also say, if she ever wanted a part-time job as a forensics expert, she loves the little pieces of life. She loves to find them and put them together into a chain of events. At the end of the story, gives us insights that we never imagined we could otherwise have. These 10 years have been extraordinary years. All of us who have worked with Rabbi Eiduson, all of us who have been served by Rabbi Eiduson, have been honored by her compassion and her love and her forthrightness. Would you come up to the Bina, Rabbi? I love the white jacket. I know. I know. I've not always been the easiest. A lot of weaknesses, let's just put it out there. I know it's all about you, I know, but this is why I always say I have 2 wives. Your patience, your willingness to listen, your willingness to go with the flow when you wanted to flow the other way. made this partnership strong and multifaceted in the most wonderful of ways. I am so honored on behalf of the entire congregation to thank you. Because in the end, as we know from all the things they told us in rabbinic school, in English, that more than the individual things we learn in order to be rabbis, it's who we are in the end that really makes the difference. In the end, that's the only part that has to matter, to be existentially present and real. And you are a master of that complex series of movements. By yourself, with your family, with your friends, with your colleagues, with every member of this community, and into the broader world of Boston, Buffalo, Haifa. You forget Haifa. You know, a lot of people have been blessed on this bima. All kinds of days of the week, they've been blessed on this bima. And tonight, it's your turn to be blessed by all of us. And so I would like to invite your family up. Susan, if you'll come up. It is time for a blessing.